This is my review of the Rising of the Shield Hero, episode 15. This episode was certainly something else. I cried quite a bit. I'm sure many of you did. I'm sure many of you in the comments will call me a little wuss, but it was absolutely heartbreaking in so many ways. But before I really talk about the episode, I want to talk about how many callbacks there were to episode 2. The opening scene was the kids playing with the ball. And back in episode 2, we saw Raph watching kids playing with a ball. Very similar ball. It probably reminded her of this moment, one of the last happy moments she had in her life. Or just back home, being a kid, watching them play, having a good life. Back in episode 2, it was said that her previous owner loved to torture her, and here we saw that. But we also saw that no matter how much he beat her, hurt her, or whatever, she just kept smiling, and he hated that. He absolutely despised seeing her happy and content when he was trying to make her miserable, trying to make her suffer. And that does answer one of the questions I had back in episode 2, where Raph was always trying to hide the fact that she was happy. She'd shake her head, say no, 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 but you'd see her tail wagging, and that was because her last owner, Idol, did not like to see her happy, so she was worried that Shield Hero wouldn't want her to be happy either, and so she tried to hide her happiness from him. And then there was the flag. One of the last things Raphtalia talked about was the flag. The flag back in their home village, and how it was a symbol of how demi-humans were allowed to build a village for themselves. And Raph even made her a new flag as a symbol they were going to get out of there, a promise between them. So, when, in episode 2, Raph got a dessert with a little flag on it, this meant a lot to her. You can see her looking at it longingly, remembering her days back in the cell, remembering the promise they made between each other, and what the flag of their hometown symbolized between them. It was a very intense scene back then, but now it means so much more because we've learned her history. Back in episode 2, when he told her that he was the Shield Hero, she stood with her mouth agape. She was shocked. She was amazed because that was exactly what she kept saying was going to happen. She kept telling her, "Don't worry, I'm sure the Shield Hero will save us." And he did. The Shield Hero actually saved them. And she thought that because of what the story her parents told her. They told her, if you're a good girl, I'm sure one day you will meet him. And they were right. She met him. She met the Shield Hero. And just speaking of the parents, I've got to say, these two probably get an award for giving the best advice any anime parent has ever given in the entire history of anime. Always keep smiling. And smile even more in hard times. You must smile and help everyone around you with your smile too. That smile, that advice, that gave her the courage she needed. When their village was destroyed and decimated, she stood up in front of everyone else, a child, and told them that they are still alive, that they can keep moving forward. Because of that smile she had, they believed her, and they started rebuilding. Even when she was sent to the darkest, bleakest dungeon, she still smiled to give comfort to Raphtalia. And even Keel says the only reason everyone hung in there without losing hope was your smile. Her smile is the reason they are still alive. And her smile is the reason she's still alive. That smile was exactly what she needed to survive, because it was the exact opposite thing Idol wanted. He kept hitting her and beating her again and again and again, and could not for life figure out why she didn't scream, why she didn't cry, why she kept that brave smile on her face, and because of that, he sold her. He sold her the slave trader, and she ended up in the hands of the Shield Hero. All because of that smile. All because of that advice her parents gave her. But alas, the smile was much harder to keep going when others were suffering instead of her. She covered her ears and cried as Raphtalia was being tortured just feet away from her. Let's talk a little about Raphtalia because, I just love her. When she outright declares that she wants to marry the Shield Hero. That when the Shield Hero comes and rescues them, she's going to make him his wife, and I just love this little interaction they have when they meet in the afterlife. She meets her ghost or something. Interesting scene, honestly. I get talking to the dead isn't that uncommon in anime, but I wonder if that's going to be a common theme in this series, where all of a sudden Raph can just communicate with the dead. I don't think so, but that'd be funny. Anyway, just this little interaction they have, where Raph teases her, "You must be jealous that I get to hang out with the Shield Hero." That was just absolutely adorable. But really though, as soon as she said, "I want to go back to the village," I knew she's dead. That just screams, I'm about to die, and when I do, I want you to bury me back in the village. I was still holding out a little bit of hope here. When she said that, I thought, okay, maybe she just means that literally. Maybe she just wants to go back to the village and Raph's going to bring her there. But then Keel said, Rifana would have been so happy to see him. Past tense. And that just broke my heart. And then we saw her. Jesus freaking Christ. We saw her rotted skeleton on the ground, still holding the flag. Whatever pride I had at the moment was just gone, and I wept like a little girl. Jesus Christ, she kept holding on to it even to the end. It's just so sad. And this really brings down Raph. She goes on a self-pity spiral, declaring that she hates herself because she's weak. She couldn't do anything. She couldn't save anyone. And the shield hero tells her, I would have run away from this world without ever trusting anyone. It's because you believed in me back then that I'm here right now. He tells her that everything he does from this point on is because of her. Everyone he saves, every life he changes is because she was there to support him, there to back him up and to give him what he needed. Also, anyone else find it a little weird she put her friend's bones in a bag? I know a coffin wasn't to be expected, but that just felt weird to me. I'm not sure why. Also, the shield hero's lines. I would have run from this world without ever trusting anyone. That sound like a suicide note to anyone else? I mean, not a suicide note, but that sounded like he was... I guess it could have been interpreted as him just saying that he would have just kept moving forward, finished the waves, and gone home without ever trusting anyone in this world, but to me it almost sounds like he said if he hadn't met her, his life would have been meaningless and he would have just gone to a meaningless death. I don't know, that's just a little bit of how I'm interpreting it. I might be wrong about this, but I do think without her he doesn't really have much reason to live. It was because of her he stopped the Rage Shield 3 times now. And without her, he would have just embraced the oblivion of death. Okay, let's talk about Idol, and a little warning, I'm probably gonna yell a lot. So, this motherfucking racist ass piece of shit! Jesus freaking Christ, this line! You lot would have died like dogs in the wild if I hadn't taken you back then? What the freaking Christ, Idol? I mean, seriously, what the fuck is wrong with you? He's literally saying you were savages who couldn't survive on your own. I saved you. I am the white savior bringing salvation. Jesus freaking Christ. That is the most racist. I mean, really, they were fine on their own. They were absolutely fine. And he's like, no, they were probably just eating each other in the wild. I mean, what else could they have been, you know? They were just garbage. Seriously. I so wanted this man dead so many ways. And then the shield hero decided to bring in some stupid-ass logic. Will killing him help you get closure? You've grown. You don't need to murder him. No, shield hero. She does need to murder him. She very much does need to murder him right here and now. And she has the whole, oh, if I kill you, I won't be any different from you. Yeah, you'll be very different from him. He tortures people and enjoys it. He beats them and beats them until they cry out in anguish so we can get a hard-on. What the freaking Christ, Idol? You deserve to suffer a lot. And even now, he gets annoyed. I mean, this look on his face. He's just so annoyed that a demi-human is talking down to him. That she's saying that she's better than him. So, of course, he decides to just spit in the face of her charity, and so then she stabs him, which I very much enjoyed. But once again, the Mana Sword really doesn't do all that much, and he's even able to knock her down. I mean, I get the Mana Sword is more meant for, you know, people without a physical form, but I really just need to see it do something, kill somebody at some point to really call it worthwhile, because it's such a cool-looking sword. It's got such an awesome pattern designed in it, and so far it's just been useless. Anyway, then Idol fell out a window, and I fell into the classic trap. Don't believe he's dead until you've seen the body. Though, in my defense, someone actually said, Idol-sama is dead. That felt like good enough justification for me to believe that they are dead. Someone literally said they are dead. They didn't say, oh, they've been knocked out. Oh, they're badly injured. They said, they're dead. We should run away right now. What the freaking Christ, soldier? Do you not know what dead means? I think Shield Hero's reaction afterward just really said it all. That guy's still alive? I mean, yes, he fell out a 3rd-story window. Did his fat absorb the impact? Anyway, then he summons an ancient, powerful demon to bring divine judgment upon the devil of the Shield Hero. Yes, that's right. In order to stop the devil, he summoned a freaking demon. And believed that God would reward him for it. And as I'm looking at this thing, I'm just thinking to myself, okay, yeah, Idol's about to be eaten. This thing's gonna bend down, and just swallow him in one gulp. But nope, he just gets stepped on, and the thing keeps walking forward, which I think is a far, far better death for him, because, I mean, if the T-Rex had eaten him, it'd been like the T-Rex was giving him attention, like he was worthy of attention. He's basically a bug to this monster who just steps on him and keeps on walking. Like, he didn't even notice him. He might not have even noticed him, honestly. And that just feels like a far better death. Though, knowing this motherfucker, he could probably still be alive. He's probably gonna get up after the shield hero kills him and be like, "How did you do this? You are truly the devil! God will kill you!" And then he'll manage to escape somehow and go tell the king the shield hero unlocked the seal, freed this giant evil demon, and all sorts of other lies. And my only real hope for next episode is that this thing succeeds in destroying this guy's entire castle and the surrounding town around it. Just obliterate it, really. That would make me feel a lot better. Alright, moving on. So, Reichnacht's okay. He was just, standing in the background for this whole interaction they had where they basically threw the Lord out a window, which I find amusing. Also, Melty knows healing magic, which could be very useful. I know Shield Hero can solve some minor issues, but if she knows now or learns advanced healing magic down the road, that could certainly be useful after battles. Though I do find it a little weird that she heals Reichnach first, when Raph was just whipped like 10 times and kicked. I kind of feel like she could use the healing a little more now. I'm just saying. Anyway, then they go to the basement to go free the demi-humans, and I just love Reichnach and Melty's reaction when Raph explains that she used to be down there and used to be tortured. I mean, Reichnach is aware that torture is a thing, and he shouldn't be that surprised that she was one of the ones being tortured. But Melty, I mean, Jesus. You really know nothing about your kingdom, Melty. She even says, "I can't believe such horrible things were done in my kingdom." And I was really hoping that this guy was just, the worst of the worst. Just, the main racist. There are slaves, yeah, but he's the worst of them. But nope, Reichnach goes to explain, nope, this thing happens all over the country. Just great. So, hopefully she's learned her lesson, and moving forward, she goes on to be a better queen. One who is aware of the horrors happening to demi-humans, gives them equal rights, and just goes on and cares about demi-humans, gives them equal rights, ends slavery, punishes the evil lords who are torturing and raping demi-humans in their cellar basements. This scene hurt. I mean, the demi-humans, they're crying out, "Finally, help from the capital, they're here to save us." And these guys are just smiling and the most twisted, horrifying look on their face, like, "Yeah, we get to go kill some demi-humans! Woo! What the freak is wrong with you?" And this next guy, he's actually saying she's done for and smiling the most cruel, evil smile imaginable. I mean, what the fuck is wrong with you? Who gets off on telling a little girl who's about to be sold to another slave trader that her friend's about to die? Really? I mean, at least the driver here is more of a placid expression. He kind of looks like he's not really enjoying this as much. But this dude, I mean, I want to track this dude down and kill him now. Can we do that? Can that just be the rest of Shield Hero, just finding this guy and killing him? I would very much enjoy that. Alright, let's move on to some happy scenes. Turns out Keel's alive. I guess after Raph was sold to the slave trader, Idol ended up buying him so he could have some more fun. And of course he doesn't recognize Raph because she grew like 3 feet. So she goes through all the stories they've had between each other. How he ate a poisonous mushroom, didn't want to tell anyone. How he was the one who supported her when she rallied the people to start rebuilding. It's just a beautiful moment. Just such connection between the two. And I'm really hoping that Keel ends up joining the party. I don't know, I feel like he'd be some kind of stealth thief class. I don't know why, that's just my feeling for him. I think that'd be really cool. He joins the party. He joins the party. He starts leveling up. He becomes powerful again. I think that'd be really cool. Though, what I think is going to happen instead is that he, Reichnach, and the other 2 little demi-human kids are going to go back to Reichnach's mansion and just find ways to help the Shield Hero from the backgrounds. While he helps raise the 3 demi-humans, hell, maybe he'll adopt them. Just give them, a good place to live, food to eat, all that fun stuff. But this next line was my favorite in this series. I mean, this episode had my favorite and least favorite lines in pretty much the entire series. I already went on a rant about the least favorite racist ass piece of... Moving on. This line, though, is just so absolutely amazing. The shield hero is here to save you. Just on so many levels, that's an amazing line to me. To Keel, that's basically saying that Jesus Christ has returned, and he's standing there in the prison cell to bring you salvation. That's literally what it means to him. This guy is one step short of a god to demi-humans. He's their savior. He's the one that protected them long ago, and now he's back. He's the one that's going to save them. And to Nafumi, this line means something else entirely, because he never called himself a hero. He doesn't think of himself as a hero. Even after all the good he's done, he's saying it's just because, he was there. He was doing it just to survive, but here he's smiling when called a hero. Here he's accepting the title. Here he knows what it's going to mean. He's going to be a hero to all the demi-humans. He's going to free them. He's going to give them salvation. He's going to give them human rights. None of them have to go through this again. That's what the line means to him. And to Raph, it's confirmation of what she told Rifana all those months ago. The shield hero will save us. And he did. Mostly. He didn't save her, but he saved Keel, and he's going to save all the demi-humans. He's going to help them rebuild their cities and towns, and he's going to make for a better life for all of them. Just such a great line. So, yeah, this was certainly an interesting episode. It answered a lot of the questions I had about Raph. I really wasn't sure why he would give her up, and as it turns out, it's just because she wouldn't stop smiling while being tortured, which is just so freaking amazing. I love you, Raph, so much! Really. That's one of the most powerful things I've ever heard. She literally saved herself from torture by smiling. Jesus Christ, I love you. Though, we still don't have answers to that one scene back in episode 2. So we really did choose her. I'm getting goosebumps. The slave trader said this as if there was a reason that the shield hero was going to pick Raph. Some deeper meaning, and I thought this episode revealed that, like there was some kind of crest on her, or some kind of slave control thing that would force her to betray the shield hero, and this was all arranged, but no reveal or information on that. I'm guessing, like I thought originally, that maybe the queen arranged this somehow. The queen set up things so that the shield hero would pick Raph, either through mind control or something. I'm not sure how. But hopefully when we meet the queen, we will finally get confirmation on why she was picked, why this happened. Maybe Raph has some kind of ancestral bloodline that connects her to some ancient power. That'd certainly be interesting. And that was the Shield Hero episode 15. My thoughts on next episode is they're going to fight a dinosaur, which is going to be interesting. The title is also odd. The Philolial Queen, which either means that somehow, some way, Philo is going to end up killing the dinosaur, either by unlocking some new powers or evolving to a new form or something, or we're going to get another Philo Queen popping up. There is someone with wings in the opening, which I was very curious about. I'm not sure exactly what her role will be. And this thing does look a little like a dragon, so maybe she'll sense a dragon in the area and decide, I don't like dragons, I'm going to go in and kill it now. That'd certainly be funny. Then I think Reichnacht's probably going to leave their party. I would like it if he stuck around. I would like it even more, though, if they just talk with him for literally like half an episode and just ask questions. Like, what happened to the last heroes? When were they here? Why did they seal away this demon? What's the curse mode? Why is the queen far away? Why are demi-humans hated? What is the Church of the Three Heroes? I feel like this guy has some answers for them, and he's just hasn't had a chance to give them yet. And there's so many questions we still just need answered. Like I said, though, I do think Ragnar, Keel, and the other demi-humans are going to split ways with them while they go make their way towards the queen. Which, probably not next episode, but the one after that, I could certainly see them finding the queen. And hopefully, if Ragnar doesn't answer their questions, then Keel will. So yeah, this was quite an episode. Hopefully Idol's dead, but like I said, he's probably still alive. Sure, he got stepped on by a dinosaur, but he also got stabbed and thrown out a third-story window, so I wouldn't be surprised if he's still alive at the end of this episode. And of course, everyone's gonna blame the Shield Hero for summoning a demon. The Shield Hero broke the ancient seal! He tried to destroy the entire world! Thankfully, the soldiers managed to stop it somehow. Doesn't make any sense that low-level soldiers were able to stop an ancient demon that the legendary heroes couldn't. But Yeah, that's the story we're gonna go with. Or mine. No, mine did it. Mine single-handedly fought off the great demon herself for whatever reason. Okay, why not? Let's go with that. Hopefully we also get a Sword Hero next episode. Haven't heard or seen anything from him in a while. I know the whole episode's basically from Shield Hero's perspective, but I would like it if, we saw Sword Hero investigating the Church of the Three Heroes, trying to find out the truth, figure out what's going on with them. And he seems like a smart enough guy, so I can't imagine Mine's lies are gonna convince him for long. There's still the king. I'm still not entirely sure why the Queen's shadows haven't just gone to the king and said, oh yeah, by the way, the Shield Hero's innocent. I mean, the Queen even gave Melty the order to go tell the king that he should be nicer to the Shield Heroes, but she has a whole, strike force of ninjas that she could have sent to tell him. So curious about that. So yeah, those are my thoughts, episode 15. Let me know if you think Idol is still alive in the comments section down below. Be sure to like and subscribe, and until next week,
peace.